everyone, and welcome to Minion Flow! Get ready!
Style is an art, not a race.
Those.
Gru leaves his barbershop with a pair of scissors and a simple
Now,
request for a
get to
trim.
work.
I'll leave
But
you
for
to it,
Stuart,
Kevin.
manual
boss.
cutting is too old-fashioned for a
Just
modern
be careful
minion.
with those.
Why snip when you can laser shape?
Overdrive
Stuart brings
engaged.
the overdrive chip, Kevin brings the rockets, and Bob brings the
Super
growth
tonic.
tonic.
Check.
They aren't just
Zoom
giving a
faster.
haircut. They're launching a high-voltage grooming disaster.
Faster, faster!
Full power! The laser roars,
Bob?
turning the sleek shop into a neon green light show.
Bob?
Stuart is
Bob?
instantly swept off his feet as the barber chair enters orbit, spinning through a sky of combs and hairspray.
Yeah!
The quick style plan turns into a hairy disaster. As the laser beams grow hair into massive jungles in seconds, the shop becomes a maze of tangles and sparks. Kevin realizes that speed is the enemy of a clean cut. The grooming chaos ends with a steamy bang. The high-speed dream leaves the shop looking like a hair-themed explosion, proving that shortcuts in the barber chair only lead to a very messy dead end.
Whoa!
As the fog clears, the minions find themselves grounded in a world of burnt hair and neon gel. No style, no glory. Just a very fluffy bear and a long night of sweeping every inch of their mistake. Gru returns to find a scorched
Where are
nightmare instead of a fresh trim. Surveying the wreckage of his chrome walls and his singed minions, he realizes his team tried to groom at the
come on.
speed of light.
Yay!
The shortcut didn't bring
Stuart,
style, it
the
just brought a
scissors?
mess.
The
As the
robotic
sun
arm?
sets, three tired minions learn
Bob?
that the
Where
finest
is
looks
Bob?
are made
Excellent,
with
my
patience.
little apprentices.
One
Just
careful
like that.
snip at a time.
Snip, snip, snip!
Yeah!
Deep within the underground lair, the aftermath of a massive party has left the laboratory in total ruin.
What a mess.
Dr. Nefario has a brilliant plan, unveiling his latest masterpiece designed to turn this chaotic trash into absolute treasure. While little Bob finds innocence in the debris, the doctor lays down the mission parameters. It is
Now
time to
pay
get serious
attention,
about
Kevin.
sorting,
This
though it
is
seems
very
only Kevin
important.
is actually listening to the instructions.
Banana.
Kevin immediately springs into action, sorting paper with military precision and efficiency. Meanwhile, Stuart discovers his inner rock star, deciding that a plastic bottle is better suited for a guitar solo than the recycling bin.
Baboy,
Bob manages to make a new best friend out of a tin can, but playtime is officially over. Kevin steps in with his whistle, determined to organize his team and get the job done, whether they like it or not. Dr. Nefario shouts the final command to activate the green cycle for the environment. Unfortunately, a distracted Stuart mishears the order as scream and decides to give the machine a very loud piece of his mind. Chaos erupts as the machine overloads, sending Kevin into a panic as the lab shakes violently.
This is so fun!
However, for little Bob, the flashing warning lights and billowing smoke look just like a spectacular fireworks show. With a desperate strike of his mallet, the doctor forces the contraption back into alignment. Suddenly, the alarm stopped, and the machine miraculously transforms the garbage into brand new toys and tools. Order is finally restored as the minions enjoy their upcycled rewards. It turns out
Now
that
this
with a
is
little
what I
science
call
and a lot of chaos,
organized
even the
recycling.
messiest piles of trash can be turned into something wonderful.
Dinner time at Gru's lab means chaos, and tonight's enemy is broccoli. While Gru demands no greens, no dessert, Kevin
You
and Stuart
will eat
stage a
your
stubborn,
vegetables.
lip-pouting protest. Bob treats the vegetable like a toy until he realizes it's for dinner. With Gru gone, Kevin decides to use high-tech logic to make the greens disappear forever. Minion plans never go smoothly. Bob accidentally grabs the magnifier ray
Here you go.
instead of the shrink gun, setting the stage for a massive goofy surprise.
Zap.
One zap later, the lab becomes a giant jungle. A tiny floret transforms into a green skyscraper, leaving the minions looking like ants in a Jurassic world of vitamins.
Banana!
Trapped in the green abyss, Stuart takes a cautious nibble. His eyes widen as he makes a shocking discovery. This giant monster actually tastes better than a banana. The protest turns into a party.
Nom 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 nom.
Kevin joins the feast while Bob uses a massive broccoli leaf as a trampoline. Healthy living has never been this bouncy or delicious. Gru returns to find a tropical rainforest instead of a lab. His shock turns to a smile when a sleepy Bob offers him a giant, crunchy peace treaty. Even a supervillain can't resist a good crunch. As the sun sets, the team realizes that with a little imagination, even broccoli can be a grand adventure.
The great outdoors. Kevin leads with a pizza map. But the wilderness strikes back when his hammer finds his thumb instead of a tent stake. Chaos reigns as Stuart turns a tent pole into a guitar. While little Bob swaps important pegs for friendly forest flowers. With the tent a disaster, Kevin seeks a spark of hope, only for Stuart to ignite a flamethrower that turns night into day.
Boy.
Yeah!
Dinner is a charcoal disaster, but Bob finds a yellow treat. It's not a banana or a sausage, it's a high-powered rescue flare. As Stuart roasts the flare like a bratwurst, a massive explosion sends the trio flying. That's one way to signal for help.
Oh no! Banana.
A grisly guest crashes the party. Kevin and Stuart freeze in terror. But Bob just sees a giant version of his teddy bear, Tim. While the bear snacks on burnt marshmallows, Kevin leads a tactical retreat to the highest branch for a narrow escape. Peace finally finds the exhausted explorers at dawn. Until gravity reminds Kevin that minions weren't meant to live in trees. In the heart of the lab, Kevin takes his recycling duties seriously.
Banana!
But Stuart is more interested in his snack than the plastic-only rule.
Giggles!
Curiosity leads to a messy chain reaction as Bob adds his own ingredients to the mix, turning a high-tech machine into a ticking goo bomb. The lab becomes a colorful disaster zone as the machine spews sticky sludge, leaving the trio stuck in a very big, very gooey problem. Kevin blows the whistle for a cleanup crew. Turning a moment of laziness into a lesson about facing the mess you made.
Shut up.
It's all hands on deck. Stuart finds a new use for his guitar. While Bob learns exactly where each piece of plastic belongs. Hard work pays off. After hours hours of scrubbing and sorting, the lab shines bright. And the trio discovers the satisfaction of a job well done. And nervous apology turns into a proud moment as Gru sees the clean lab and helps the minions put the machine to its proper use. From a messy mistake to a golden reward, the boys earn their banana medals, proving that being responsible can
Do
be
you
pretty
see how
sweet.
clean this is?
In the heart of Gru's metallic lair, a golden prize awaits.
Go, go,
The race
go.
is on. While Kevin calculates a tactical victory, and Stuart bets on rocket-powered speed, Little Bob reminds us that some things, like a tiny dust bunny and a teddy bear, are more
What
important
are you
than the
doing,
finish line.
Bob?
Power meets chaos as Kevin's industrial vacuum roars to life. But in another lane, Stuart's soapy slip and slide turns a simple cleaning job into a high-speed disaster waiting to happen. Collision imminent. Stuart's out-of-control slide leads to a mechanical catastrophe. In the blink of an eye, the malfunctioning vacuum snatches Bob's beloved Tim, turning the race into a rescue mission. The rivalry vanishes the moment Bob starts to cry. Determined to save a friend, Kevin and Stuart dive into the soapy mess, proving that even the fastest racers will stop for a teammate in need. With a ukulele as a lever and pure minion strength, the team battles the broken machine. The tension peaks as the hatch pops open, and Bob finally reunites with a slightly dusty but very safe Tim. Surrounded by a chaotic mess of soap and dust, the competitors become a crew. Moving in perfect harmony, Kevin, Stuart, and Bob transform the disaster zone into a sparkling hallway through the power of teamwork. Gru returns to a miracle of cleanliness and a group of friends who no longer care about winning. As they share their golden reward, it's clear that the real prize was the friendship they found along the way.
A routine game of bouncy ball takes a terrifying turn when Bob's beloved toy vanishes into the dreaded dark basement, a place where only monsters surely lurk. The minions muster their courage at the basement entrance. Kevin dons his pot helmet, Stuart pretends to be sick, and only Bob's lost teddy bear gives him the strength to face the gloom. Their brave descent is quickly derailed by a mischievous black cat, sending them tumbling into the darkness. But a pair of glowing eyes soon makes them forget all about their fall. With a courageous click, Bob's tiny flashlight reveals the monster to be nothing more than Gru's old jacket. Relief washes over them as laughter fills the dusty basement. Their laughter is cut short by a sudden word as a rusty old vacuum cleaner roars to life, transforming into a real ball-eating monster. Seeing Bob's distress, Kevin pushes past his fear. He grabs a string of sausages, ready to fish for the mechanical menace, with Stuart as his reluctant assistant. With a determined lunge, Kevin bravely hits the off button, silencing the vacuum monster and rescuing Bob's precious bouncy ball.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Victorious and a little bit wiser, the minions emerge from the basement. Their heads held high. They've learned that true courage isn't the absence of fear, but facing it for a friend.
All right,
Gru
boys,
has a
new
simple
mission.
plan.
This time,
A fresh coat of
we
paint.
paint.
And a lesson in
No
patience.
bug, Kevin. We start
But
with
for the
roof.
minions,
I'm heading
slow
up.
and
Bye
steady
now.
feels like a waste of time when you have a jet engine and a dream of finishing early.
Almost
Stuart
there.
decides that brushes are for
Whoa,
amateurs.
this is heavy.
With a little
Just
bit of
right.
engineering
Let's do
and a
this.
lot
Yay.
of blue paint,
Ba-boy.
Kevin builds the
Ta-da.
spin cycle.
Rotation. Wee. It's a working. Beautiful.
While Bob adds the secret ingredients, glitter and jelly beans. They aren't just painting a car, they're creating a sugary, sparkling masterpiece at Mach speed.
Ready.
Ready for liftoff. As the engine roars to life, the hangar transforms into a rainbow hurricane. It's a spectacular storm of color, and the minions are right in the center of the chaos.
Whoosh. Thwack.
The plan works, sort of. In a matter of seconds, every inch of the hangar is covered in paint. Unfortunately, that includes the walls, the floor, and a very surprised Stuart. But as the smoke clears, the masterpiece is revealed to be a sticky disaster. The silence is broken only by the sound of dripping paint. The minions realize that their shortcut has turned a simple chore into a sticky trap, leaving them glued to their own mistakes.
All right, what happened
Gru
this time?
returns to find a rainbow nightmare instead of a shiny car.
Me.
As the
Yes,
sun
you,
sets,
all of
3
you.
tired minions learn that
all
in
right,
the
you
world of
two.
masterpieces,
This is
there
not
are no
acceptable.
shortcuts.
Oh.
Only a lot of hard
Huh?
work and a very long night of cleaning.
In the
And
quiet
this,
of
my
Gru's
little
grand
minions,
living room,
is the
a
legendary
priceless
vase
ancient
of
vase
eternal
sits as a
nappiness.
silent guardian. Gru delivers a stern
All right,
warning
you
to
two,
Kevin and Stuart.
No more shenanigans.
Look, but never touch, as he prepares for his big day. The moment the door clicks shut, curiosity takes over. Bob can't help but investigate the shiny treasure. While behind him, Kevin and Stuart are already plotting a morning of high-speed stunts and questionable cooking. The living room becomes a disaster zone of skateboards and sizzling pancakes. A sickening crash echoes through the halls, leaving the vase in 1,000 pieces. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and lots of duct tape. Kevin leads a frantic rescue mission, trying to stick the past back together with nothing but tape, gum, and sheer panic. When glue fails, creativity strikes. Stuart
look at
discovers a
this.
can of yellow spray paint,
This is great.
New toy.
deciding that if you can't fix a masterpiece, you might as well turn it into a giant lopsided banana. The footsteps of destiny approach as Gru's shadow looms at the door. The trio freezes, staring at their sticky, yellow, fruit-covered monstrosity, realizing that some things are impossible to hide.
Sorry.
Faced with Gru's shock, the truth comes out in the form of a tiny shard and a big apology.
Sorry.
Even for a supervillain, a little honesty and a lot of heart are enough to turn a broken vase into a lesson learned.
I
On
want
a
ice cream.
blistering summer day,
Hello.
Gru
Now.
leaves his lab with a simple request. Stay
Papa,
cool,
no cold.
but be
and
careful with the
absolutely
power.
no touching the freeze
Of
ray.
course,
Understand?
simple isn't in a minion's
boss.
vocabulary
Yes, boss.
Freeze ray.
when ice
Freeze
cream
ray.
is on the line. Why have a scoop when you can
Bam.
have a
Oh
mountain?
boy.
Kevin and Stuart decide to
Hurry up.
the tiny ice cream maker
Almost
with
there.
a high voltage
Now.
freeze ray.
Yes. Bananas.
Power at
marshmallows.
100%.
Let's do this.
The lab
Woohoo!
trembles
Yeah.
as the
Look,
freeze
it's
ray
mixing.
roars to
Excellent.
life.
It works.
It's a
We
race
did it.
between the
Max
machines
power.
and the minions' appetite. And the machines are starting to glow a dangerous neon blue. Boom! An ice cream volcano erupts, coating the lab in a sticky, banana-flavored blizzard. For Stuart, the lab is no longer a workplace. It's the world's greatest indoor sledding hill.
Ta-da!
While Bob builds a sugary fortress for Tim,
castle, isn't
Kevin
it?
realizes that their
The power! I
frozen
have to
dream
shut it down!
is
Hurry!
pushing the lab's power grid to the breaking
Almost
point.
there! Just a little
The
more!
air is filled with flying sprinkles and the smell of toasted circuits. The party ends with a sudden snap. As the power grid fails, the frozen wonderland turns into a
Teddy,
sticky,
help me!
melting
We
swamp.
need to find warm.
The joy of the big chill is replaced by the reality of a
Timmy
big,
Wetty.
dark, shivering mess. Gru returns to find his lab
Everything is
drowned in
gone.
wasted cream
But I
and
won't give
broken
up.
dreams.
Not yet.
In the cold,
Look at this
sticky
mess.
silence,
Look at what you've done
three
to my
little
laboratory.
minions learn that when
Sorry?
you try to take too
Oopsie.
much,
We
you
need to
often
talk.
end up with
All right, you
nothing
three, focus.
but
The
a
fate of the
very
laboratory
long
rests on this
night
floor. Keep
of
scrubbing.
cleaning.
Bah.
No distractions, Kevin. Just a little more. Look, there's the banana.
Banana?